Hello, happy Wednesday. If you are here, drop a wine emoji in the comments. Um, Welcome. I am, it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I hope you guys can hear me. I am going to, geez, okay. I didn't realize how short this dress was. Okay. Gotta fix myself. It didn't feel short, but it does feel short. It didn't feel short, it does feel short. All the things. Anyway. Like I said, if you are here, drop a wine emoji in the comments. Welcome back to the Wine Down with Yana, where conversations are real, the vibes are warm, and the wine is always poured with purpose. Tonight isn't just another episode. This one is personal because one thing about me, I believe in giving flowers while people can still smell them. I got this lovely arrangement for my birthday from some beautiful ladies at work who are also very close to me. And this is the final week of Women's History Month. And I wanted to do something a little different, something intentional. So tonight, I'm not just honoring women, Black women creators, visionary nurturers. Um, I'm honoring women who are building community, shifting culture, and pouring into others in ways that truly matter. And of course, we cannot forget about the wine. So I'm going to go ahead and start. This was actually, hey, thank you for joining me. This was actually a birthday gift. So, oh my gosh, this month has just been busy, like busy. We have had my birthday, my son's birthday, my cousin who was one of my first babies before I even had kids, just had her baby last Monday. And the March birthdays are just, we're winning right now. Her brother also celebrated his birthday Friday that just passed. So March it's been busy, but it has been one of the best, most fulfilling months of March that I've had in a very long time. So I'm very happy about that. Celebrating my son's birthday multiple times, and he is his mother's child. So he definitely looks forward to celebrating. This one is a Prosecco Rosé. Let's see, what is the alcohol on this one? I don't see it. Oh, 11%. I'm good. I can probably drink this whole bottle tonight. I'm not saying I am, but I could. 11% is not bad at all. Again, the whole objective is to open it without making too much noise. Well, I failed. But I am so excited to try this one. She found this at a place near our job in Long Beach next to the bakery that she went to pick up pastries for my birthday. When I say I felt so loved this year, like so loved in ways that I did not realize that I was loved. So definitely want to, you know, express my gratitude for the amount of love that I had this year for my birthday. But it's beautiful. Look at that color. Look at the bubbles. Hey, Ken. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Let's give it a nice little. Oh, that smells good. Okay, let's go. Ooh, okay, that's good. That is really good. So now I told her, I said, we need to go one day during lunch, get pastries, take the pastries into the wine shop, and then get us some good wine to pair with our pastries, because what else would I be doing with my life? I had gone out to dinner with coworkers turn family and on Friday, and we were at the table, and I was saying how I don't use my free will enough. And of course, none of them believe me because I'm a little, I'm just true to who I am. I just do what I do now. But I don't use my free will enough. And sometimes that makes me laugh at the fact that I don't. And there are so many different things that I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do it. Like, I think it was in September of last year that I just was like, forget it, and started drinking out of a wine glass, like my water. I'm not drinking wine. I would never put that out there if I am or if I'm not. But I started drinking my water out of a wine glass because it made me happy. And that's just what it is. Oh, the bubbles are getting to me already. So that's one way that I am expressing my free will. And I was laughing because I realized that I have real glasses in my house, like regular cups for people to drink, water things out of. And I will drink everything out of my wine glass. Like, you cannot pay me at this point to drink out of a regular glass. I don't know what the problem is, but that's just what it is. But tonight is about honoring women as we wrap up this month. And I'm not going to just stop, now that the month is over, because this month did not go the way that I had planned. I had quite a few interviews lined up for this month, and life was life and things were happening. And once upon a time, I would have been so stressed out, so frustrated, so many different emotions. And this year, after everything that I've just gone through, it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. Life is not, you know, steady, it's not consistent. Things happen, and you got to learn to pivot and go with the flow. So that I did. So I will still have some of those interviews later on as, the year progresses. But I did begin Women's History Month with a beautiful friend. She is an amazing mom, comedian, wife, content creator, actress. And I started off with her, Markesha Davis. If you missed that episode, I will make sure to link it in the description of this video. But she was absolutely amazing. And when I tell you, I laughed, almost cried, caught myself. Y'all know I'm a big crybaby. And we got through it. And it was just, it was amazing. And people are still watching it, love it, makes me happy. Uh, but I just want to, take time to thank everybody that has contributed to me, my growth, my consistency doing, this journey. Because let me tell you, it is not always the easiest thing to do to be consistent. But, I thank you. But like I said, I am giving flowers now while people can still smell them, because I've been telling people for a long time, I don't want a funeral when I die, because it ain't about me, it's about y'all. So if we're gonna do anything, I want to have a party. And I don't want people wearing black. I want everybody to wear purple, preferably at my favorite wine bar, 1010 Wine in Inglewood. So you know what? Since I just jumped the gun, we're gonna, go ahead and skip over to them, because they are on the list. So 1010 Wine and Events, y'all already know I gotta highlight them. They are Inglewood's first Black-owned and woman-owned wine bar with the largest selection of Black-owned wines. It's not just a bar; it's a representation, it's access, it's us in spaces we've been historically left out. And for those who do drink wine, like actually drink wine, tons of Black people feel like it's not for them, but there are more and more Black winemakers who are making it more inclusive, more brown winemakers who are making it more inclusive. So I just want to, make sure I shout them out and give them, their kudos, because they are absolutely amazing women. They are very accommodating. They are very inclusive to, people that, stop in friendly as well. So, definitely 10-10. Like I said, when I go, got to make sure I have my going home party there because I know I'll be taken care of. Um, and this was not in, any particular order. I put all the names, and if I left people out, it wasn't because my heart is not thinking about you. It was just so many people, so many women that are doing amazing things, trying to fit it into one episode. And I just put the names in a bowl and started pulling from there. So it's not that it's in any particular, a favorites order, anything. No, it was just I pulled a name and that's how I went on with doing it. But I'm going to move on to the Kindred Pour. These two creators are two of my favorites. We met, I was connected with them via TikTok, Reese and Nadia, and started following each other, things like that. And then we finally got to meet in person a few years ago at LA Wine Fest, uh, and have just been, connected since then. And what I love about them is they believe in wine culture and connection. They have thrown some amazing events to connect women. They're very much about keeping women connected. And they have thrown some amazing events that, keep women connected, show them a space where if they don't know about wine, they're looking to meet new friends, things of that nature. They are going to be the ones to, do it because wine hits different when it's shared with people. But I like the space that they've created where community comes first, where it's not about being the most knowledgeable in the room, it's about belonging. And I think that's something that we don't talk about enough, how healing it is just to be in spaces where you don't have to perform, you can just be. So, do you have spaces where you feel like you belong? Or are you always adapting to fit in? Because we ain't fitting in. Listen, I know I don't fit in. I know I'm a little eccentric, and I like that. The more I am growing and learning about myself, the more that I'm becoming happier. And I had someone tell me I look happy. And that is one of the biggest compliments that you can ever get from somebody is when someone says, you look happy, because I don't look like what I've been through. Next, um, when I tell you this woman is doing the Lord's work, she is the creator of Amir, the Affirmation King. She's pouring into young Black boys, teaching them confidence, mindfulness, and self worth from the very beginning. And let's be real, y'all. The world doesn't always affirm our boys. So she said, I will. Um, what would change if we started affirming ourselves the way that we needed as children? I love this because we work together. Also, another connection that I made on TikTok and have connected and have been, close since then. She is super amazing. We tried to go live last week. It was just not working out, but she is such a good sport. She is such a light that she's like, no, we're going to get this done. And we didn't get to do how we wanted to do. And then life was happening over the weekend. So we didn't get to shoot as planned, but guess what? That is okay because life is not, you know, the way that it should. But she is a constant reminder that our Black boys need love the way that our young Black girls do as well. I tell people all the time, I affirm the hell out of my son. He is, because he's my only, child right now, because all my other, kids, they always gonna be my babies. They are adults, so they don't need me the same way that he needs me. But this world is rough. This world is cruel. This world is trying to eat these kids up. And um, it is, my job as his mom to make sure that I am his number one supporter, as well as his dad and everyone else that's in his corner. But, he knows that I'm here. And I tell you, every day I am affirming him. I am sending him out the car with, good positive thoughts when I drop him off in the morning. When I pick him up, it's like, okay, I reset my brain so that way it's not negative energy when he's getting into the car, because thanks to my daughter who, shared with me that, how certain things that affected her when she was growing up, I said, okay, we can change some things, because you can always learn from your kids. So yes, Alexus, you are truly appreciated. Keep doing what you are doing for these young Black boys. And next, one of my newer friends, we met while I was literally going through, you know, yes, sweetheart, you are a great teacher. uh, Next is a newer friend, but she has been so consistent, so real since, we've connected. Allie Mason, I love her. She is not just teaching content, she's teaching intentional content. She has over 10 years of experience helping people reach millions. But what stands out to me is how she prioritizes community over vanity metrics, because like Beyonce says, what's the ceiling? um, Followers don't mean anything if nobody feels connected to you. And let me tell you, you can have a million followers and that still will not, add up to what you want. And most people want to know that, oh, I'm getting hands-on engagement, things of that nature. She's going to help you where you're not building for attention but building for impact. And I love that about her. And I love that she enjoys what she does, and watching her have fun doing what she loves, it brings me a joy that I can't even put into words. But I love what she's doing, and I appreciate her for being there for so many people, because this is not the easiest space to be in. People think, oh, I'm just going to sit in front of a camera and I'm going to do this. No, when I tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot. So if you have someone in your corner that can help you, guide you, and consistently do that, she is one of the best to do it. And trust me, she has results. So thank you, Allie, for your voice in the world. Jesus Christ. Okay. I am eating once a day. I'm fasting during the day and eating at dinner time in solidarity with one of my sister friends. She's been doing it a lot longer than me. She gave up, uh, she's doing fasting during the day, and she gave up alcohol for Lent. And like I said, she's been doing it a lot longer than me. I started Monday and going through Easter. And Jesus Christ, when I tell you, the first day was easy. I was like, oh, I could do this. Yesterday, I was annoyed because I coughed. Yeah, that's something. Today, I just walked around. I was thinking about everything that I wanted to eat. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. And it was so funny because two of my friends were in there talking about me, who are both, they're like sisters to me. And the one goes, but she likes food. And I'm like, yep, I do. But, solidarity, this month is about sisterhood. So here I am in the sisterhood. I'm not giving up alcohol. I can't go that far. I mean, I could, but I'm not. But I did give up eating during the day. So, yes, if you see me struggling or if you see me pass out on the street, just know that's why. Now, this next one right here, I had her on my show the beginning of the year, Markesha Davis of Chapter 38 Wine. She created a cannabis-infused wine concept that speaks to both wellness and lifestyle. And I love this because it reminds me Black women are not just participating in industries, we're redefining them. And baby, let me tell you, that is not one of those wines that you play with. That's not one of them wines that you sit here and chug, because when it hits, it is going to hit. And Lord Jesus, it is amazing. I've had the peach I can't remember if I had any of the other flavors, but I know I had the peach, and geez, let me tell you, it hit. So I would say that's one of them you have a shot or two and call it a day, because once it kicks in, you're going to be all right. So thank you, Markesha, for your contribution. Um, and next, Jazmin Culver of the Suckle Center Foundation. She's centering around BIPOC families through every stage: preconception, postpartum, and perimenopause. And that right there is life saving work, because culturally, competent care isn't a luxury, it's necessary. And it's one of those where you like that, huh? um, she is doing what she needs to do to support women, of all color. And it's necessary. It's definitely very necessary. I've shared my most current birthing, story with, the world. And when I tell you, if there were things that I had known then that I know now, I would have done differently. If I, if I could have, I don't know if I would have done. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I would have tried to have used a midwife, but I was already, um, as they called me, geriatric pregnancy, and I was high risk. So that was a lot. But I feel like, would I have been high risk if I would have had, different care? So I truly support Jazmin and what she's doing. I wanted to be more a part of what she has going on, but I can't, because I have so many responsibilities right now that I just cannot take on another anything. Even if it is in a good place, I just can't. I don't have I don't have the space, but I love her. I support her. I will constantly, be there for her in any other ways that, I can. But my goodness, yeah, it's a lot. Uh, and now we're going to move into, you guys know her, another one of my favorite wines. Like, when I tell y'all, her rosé is so good, it's amazing. Generational Wealth Wines. Um, and the name alone says everything. She didn't just build a brand, she built a pathway for herself and other minority women who are stepping into winemaking. That's not just legacy, that's ownership and vision. She is truly, out here paving the way for her own self to be able to have generational wealth. But like I said, she has two varietals, a Chardonnay and a Rosé. That rosé, amazing. And my aunt. um, we can't forget. I don't know what I just did to my lip, but now I got gloss on my hand. Okay, moving on. My aunt, she has not just poured into me, but she has poured into so many women, by helping them be beautiful, find their confidence. And with me, I straightened my hair for the first time in 5 years in February. And when I tell you, people were like, I had somebody ask me if it was all my hair, and I'm going, yes. I mean, I didn't know how to answer it, because I feel like that's such an insulting question, to ask a woman, is, that's, their hair. I don't know why I feel like it's insulting. It just feels insulting. It feels demeaning, because even if it's not, they paid for it, so it's theirs. However, women do whatever they have to feel confident. And I didn't do it to feel confident. I just did it because I hadn't done it in years and I wanted to switch it up and do something different. So I did. And she always takes care of me, because she's not going to, you know, put products in my hair or, do things to my hair that will mess up my natural texture. As you see, these curls they curling. So I stay with my aunt, because she knows my hair, she knows how to get it, what I need to have done and keep my natural texture, without it being harmed. But she's amazing. She is truly one of the best to do it. She's been doing my hair since I was very, very young. I very, very like since I was getting my hair done. She has made sure she has colored it, she has cut it. And when I tell you the few times that I cut it, she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes." Like I've cut my hair this short before. Like this was, you know, my hair length at one point in time. And I always just felt like it's hair, it'll grow back. And then as I got older, it was like, oh, had some kids, and it's like, oh, so the body does change. And now I don't, cut it, but I think we cut off an inch the last time I went and got it done. And I'm just like, okay, I'll go every couple of months just so I can get trims and things like that. I want to try and be consistent with keeping it healthy. So thank you to Lisa Meredith of Zen Life and Concepts in Carson. So if anyone's looking, she is at the Sola Salon Suites at the Carson Mall. And this next young lady, when I tell you, I have been thinking more and more about what life is going to look like for me when I finally say, okay, I am done being a corporate girly. Not that I'm all that corporate when I'm at my corporate job, but when I'm done being a corporate girly, what do I want life to look like? Um, I do love the idea of a slower pace, and went to Mammoth a few years ago, loved it there. Just went to Tahoe for my birthday, loved it there, like loved. I think I mentioned at least at the very minimum 6 times how I could see myself retiring in a place like that because it just felt peaceful, like to the point where you're getting nature, but then when you cross over the state line, you still have city life excitement going on. So that was one of those where it was just like, I can do this. It's like, it's not far from city life, but it's still crossover. You're slow enough to where it's like, I can breathe, I can slow down. I don't have to keep going at this go, go, go pace that you do when you do live in a city. I am in the heart of California, the place where everybody comes to make their dreams come true. But this young lady, Dominique Webb, fairy brand mother, she is for women that know they're not meant to live a regular life. Um, and the way she describes herself, just a CEO on her ninth life, that tells me everything I need to know. Because how many of us have had to reinvent ourselves? More than once. She's not just building brands, but an entire cult universe on 47 acres in Tennessee. Let that sit for a second, okay? She's not renting space. She's not asking for permission. She's not shrinking to fit into someone else's vision. She said, I'm going to build my own world. And watching her daily on her stories, it just brings this sense of peace that I love, especially for Black women, Black people in general. Like, go and touch grass, go and be one with the earth again, because it is just so peaceful to do. And it just makes me laugh when I think about, how people go, oh, go touch grass. And when I took my pictures for my 3-year anniversary shoot, I I took my shoes off, and we were doing the shoot in the garden in PV, and I had my shoes off, and I was walking in that grass. And when I tell you, when I left there, the peace that I felt was just, my goodness. So it was one of those where, it's like I could see myself wanting to slow down as I get older. Like it just, I'm enjoying what I have right now, but I definitely could see myself being a lot more peaceful in, slower environments as I get older. One of my cousins, she and I talk at least once a day, and that's one of the things we talk about is, just buying land, building on the land. And I feel like that is going to be the ultimate, end goal for me. But Dominique is doing what she has to do, and I am so proud. It just makes me happy to see, a Black woman out there doing something extraordinary, because that's what it is, to be completely honest. Um, but what would life look like if you stopped trying to fit in the spaces that were never built for you and started creating your own, And that's what I keep telling myself. And that's what I did with Yana's Wine Corner. I needed my own space, and I created my own space. I am in my own lane. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I'm not trying to do what anybody else did. I am literally just trying to be me, drink wine, meet people, curate the things that bring joy to, people's lives in general, not just my own. Um, so yeah, it hits me personally every time I see people that are, you know, doing things that make them happy, because I just got out of a season where I had to rebuild, I had to relearn, and I had to reintroduce myself to myself. And this time around, instead of seeing that as instability, I chose to see it as an evolution. And the woman that I am becoming is someone that um, I hope my daughter can be proud of, you know. So just know some of us aren't lost. We're just on our next life. Um, and that's why she belonged in this lineup, because every woman I've talked about tonight, um, in her own way, she has chose to build something that didn't exist before her. And before I close out, I got to make sure that I show love to my niece, Jalen of Stunna's Beauty. She's been licensed for over 5 years, helping women and men feel confident in their natural beauty. I love what she's doing, because there is nothing like making people feel good about themselves daily. So, Jalen, sweetheart, I am so proud of you. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I've posted her content on my stories before, but she is so young and doing something that brings her joy. And I'm so happy about that, because I did not have it together. I was being somebody's mama at her age. Literally. I'm not going to say just somebody's mama, but I was being somebody's mama. And I think I was going back into the workforce. And it was really hard for me at that age to take care of my kids, because I was young, and they were young, and we were growing up together. And it was definitely, it was a learning experience. So I'm just thankful that we survived, and, yes. So tonight, I just want to say to every woman who is building something, to every woman who is healing, to every woman showing up, even when it's hard, you are seen, you are needed, and you're doing what matters. To the incredible women that I honored tonight, I want to thank you for pouring into the world the way that you do, because here at Yana's Wine Corner, we're not just sipping wine, y'all. We're pouring into purpose, one glass at a time. So cheers to you all. And if you know any wonderful ladies that, should be featured, drop them in the comments, because, like I said, we are all about support here. At least I am. And I do love supporting other women. I love collaborating with other women. And like I said, there are so many more that I did not get to tonight. And I don't want that to be, any type of knock towards, the love that I have for them. But trying to fit everything into this small amount of time that I have allotted, it's not but I will be collaborating with more, not just women, but men as well, because I have met some dope, men in this journey that are doing some amazing things, and we want to highlight them as well. So I want to say thank you uh, for supporting me in this journey, for being here with me as I learn and grow and go through go through. Um, and cheers to women. Cheers to women, because this month is about us. So cheers to women. Have a good night. Oh, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things, all the things. But have a good night, and I will see you next week.